Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over some leaked information that has been released recently by the Pokemon group here. We're going to be talking about Shadow Eggs, a new incubator aside from the Time one. Yes, another one that has been found, which is pretty interesting, as well as discussing remote trading and a few other things that have come up, like the new level for the friendship, which is going to enable you to do the long distance trades. To even begin with, you're going to have to get to that new level. So with that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. We're going to start it off with the least crazy bits of information here. So yesterday, he did come out with this information that we are going to be seeing a Mega Raid Day, which we do have the information for that. And that is going to be going down August 31st. And then September 7th, we're going to be seeing finally Mega Sharpedo entering into Pokemon Go. And the thing is very glassy, but the son of a gun can hit hard as heck with dark type damage or water type damage. So with that said, the Mega Gyarados Raid Day is going to be going down August 31st, like we discussed there, and you are going to be getting 5 additional free raid passes. The remote raid limit will increase to 20. You'll have a chance to encounter the shiny Gyarados during the catch screen. You're going to get ×2 starters from the raids. Chance to get an XL candy. This is if you purchase a $5 ticket. You'll get extra Stardust, XP, and then additional 8 remote raid passes. Your typical thing. Let's go ahead and move on here. And then I'm sure you can expect the same thing for Sharpedo Raid Day. Now getting into the new juicy information here from the Pokemon group. We have the new special incubator. We now have unlimited, basic, super, timed, and special. So not only are we going to be seeing this timed one, but we are also going to be seeing yet again another one. So they got a lot of stuff going on in the works behind the scene here. A lot of new things are going to be thrown at us probably towards the end of the year. So pretty exciting for that. A new spot for a special egg. We now have default for 12 kilometers and adventure sync, the little spot on the bottom that, harnesses the extra eggs that you can have, which are only allowed by the adventure sync egg reward that you get, as well as 12-kilometer eggs. But now a special egg is also going to be able to enter that spot too, but we do not have all the information as to what that can be. Probably revolving around Fion and Manphy, more than likely, especially for the timed incubator as well. You're going to have to use those, but I would assume that they're going to implement that for other Pokemon, or you're just going to generally be able to use it whenever you want after the initial Fion thing. So moving it on here, a new type of special egg. We now have default, shadow, and special. So shadow eggs, huh? Now this could just be a default thing that they're throwing into the mix, but if you want to theorize what this could potentially mean, maybe we might be able to start getting, have breeding in the game. If you're not familiar with that, pretty self-explanatory. You breed Pokemon. But the way we've discussed this before, I'll make this brief so we can go over the rest of the information. But I feel like how it could work is, I'm not 100% again on how it works in the main series games regarding the male and female, but nonetheless, one can have a signature or legacy move, and one has the good IVs, and then depending on what side carries over what, however they like to go about that, one can carry over the legacy while one mixes in the best IVs for those slots. So say one is a 100% IV, one has the legacy move. You breed them together, you get the legacy plus a 100%, and maybe we're going to even be allowed to breed in shadow Pokemon, which would require 2 shadows. So if you have 100, then great, you're going to have 100 with a legacy. Could you use just an elite charge TM? Sure, but this is going to be a fun new way to bring in IVs plus make them a legacy. Just a random thought. That's just how I think it's going to go down. All right, let's keep it moving here. All right, next up. Let's see. A new incubator has been added called Special. Okay, we went over that. We now have Unlimited, Basic, Super, Time, and Special. Okay, we already talked about that. 2 new medals, Badge, S'mores. I don't know what the hell that is. It's probably obvious, or maybe I'm just missing something, but there's going to be some new badges. There was other things too, I just did not include them. Now this is the fun part here. So several new tutorials have been added. Weekly challenge tutorial. Best Friend Plus tutorial. So they're going to be showing you how and you know, what is all about the whole new best friend deal, why we're going to need to do it, and it is going to be revolving around global trading. In order for you to actually trade with somebody globally, which they're going to be bringing out, we'll discuss that in a second, you're going to have to get to this new friendship level, Best Friend Plus, okay? All right, let's go ahead and move it on here. Remote trade tutorial, okay? So we're going to be getting that. I'll discuss that more here in just a second. Remote trade tag tutorial, remote trade long press tutorial, and then the remote trade pop-up tutorial, which is just going to have a pop-up probably like when you first start doing it to show you exactly how it's going to work. Now, how do I think this is going to work? We've discussed this many a times, and we pretty much have kind of the gist. We thought it was going to be only for the people that you're lucky friends with. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I do think that's going to be your best option when you do trade globally, when this does come out, once you do become Best Friend Plus. Do I think, this is the big question everybody's wondering, do I think they are going to be charging us to do the remote trades globally? Of course, once you get to the Best Friend Plus. For that, I'm going to have to say, I don't think so. I do not think so. I think they're going to actually allow you to do this for free. You're just going to have to just reach that particular friendship level. I don't know if they're going to make it, you know, very difficult to finally get that last heart. It's going to be like, you know, many days, like half a year to actually achieve that. And then that's going to be your reward to be able to do this. But I personally just don't think that they're going to be charging for this. Could they say, allow you to do 2 to 3 a day, and then if you want to do an additional couple extra global trades, then you can pay? That's on the table. But do I think initially that they're going to make you pay? I don't think so. That's just my personal guess, being a little optimistic here, probably giving them too much credit on that. But it is very interesting that we are going to be getting a new incubator. So we have the unlimited, which is just the basic. We're going to get the time, which is going to seem to be timed, as well as you're going to have to use it within a certain period of time or else it goes away. Kind of like the lucky trinket and the golden bottle cap, 50,000 Stardust. If you don't use your golden bottle cap, I wonder if there's anybody out there that didn't use it. I got that Stardust. But yeah, it seems like that may be timed. And now we have another new special incubator, which God knows what that's going to be revolving around. Maybe it's going to be like an even better incubator beyond the super, which is just going to hatch them even faster. I highly doubt that, but we'll just have to see. I don't think it's going to be an extra one where you can just, it's just going to be like the infinite one that we have in our inventory, and it's just going to be another one. But we'll have to see what kind of goofiness that they do implement with these. Maybe it has something to do with breeding. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be a special egg or incubator for shadow eggs, where you're only going to be able to incubate shadow Pokemon if we are able to get shadow eggs in these particular incubators that are going to only be able to harness the shadow Pokemon. So there's all kinds of implementations that we could go through and scenarios that we can talk about what this could be, but I just thought I'd throw a few bits of my knowledge out there as to what I think it is and let you all know what's going on here. Make sure you do have notifications on. I have a fun video for the next one kind of going over how much it's going to cost for you to max out Eternatus and when you're going to be able to completely just go hard as possible to get as many points as you can for that. But with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.